G'day reefers, I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Welcome to Gallery Aquatica TV. Today we're at Giardini Marine, one of the newest and best collectors providing fish and corals to the aquarium industry. We're going to have a closer look at the fish, we're going to check out the corals, and we're going to show you some creatures that you've probably never seen before. This is the second time we've actually done a video at Giardini Marine. The previous time, you may remember, we were moving 12 white-tipped reef sharks. So today we have something exciting. We actually have the director, Jason, who's going to show us around the facility.
Thanks for that, Cam. Let's have a bit of a look in.
So let's talk about some of these fish, because over the last few months I've seen literally dozens or hundreds of species of fish down there, but you've got some special ones that I think are quite specific for your collection zones. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. I suppose we're based in southeast Queensland, and we've got the Moreton Bay collection zone permit, which not everyone does. So we have strategically positioned one of our boats down here for Moreton Bay to pick up those endemic species here, plus other boats up the coast. So yeah. Because the personifer angel in particular, you were saying this is the Queensland personifer, is that right? Yeah, that's correct. So with your personifer angelfish, not many, or quite a few people already are aware of it, but in Queensland, our Queensland personifer angelfish has a full bright yellow tail, which is different to the other ones. I did notice that these ones are particularly attractive fish. They're certainly, I think, one of the best looking angels with the black body and the blue face. And what about this Choates wrasse? These are ones, whenever we do a video with a Choates wrasse, we always get a lot of comments, I think specifically from people from overseas. Choates wrasse are endemic to Australia, and I suppose the biggest thing with the Choates wrasse is people are always talking about, hey, my Choates wrasse is dying and we have issues keeping it. So from what we find and what we do here is you just can't keep them in big schools or shoals. I've certainly heard people having problems when they do put them in large numbers, but I think most of the people that I see keeping them typically have just the one in the tank, and I think maybe ensuring that they're feeding is a large part of it, but also you said before about the sand bed, that would be something that they would certainly need. Yeah, definitely. So for all our Choates wrasse, it's about keeping enough sand in the tank that they can actually get on there and burrow, like any other wrasse. But for the Choates wrasse, it's about not having the sand bed too deep or too shallow. You want it to probably about a good inch depth so that they can just get under there, but you don't want it deep enough so that if you had two or three, that you get two of them layering on top of each other. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I've never really thought about having the sand too deep for them. Pineapple fish. Tell me about these guys. Yeah, so the pineapple fish is something that for us in Moreton Bay is one of the key species that we can collect, but typically the pineapple fish we can only collect in winter. They're generally a deeper water species, but however in winter they come up into shallow water. This one here we collected in 15.1 degrees Celsius water. 15 degrees. Wow. That's that's crazy. So I guess something that you'd need to ensure to have success with these fish is that your temperature is not too high, and feeding them is also a bit of a specific task too, isn't it? Definitely. So typically the pineapple fish are live feeders, so if you've got a tank and you have to feed fish live food all the time, it's an absolute pain. So for us, the biggest thing before we sell any of the pineapple fish is ensuring that we get them onto a frozen food. So these guys here will be are already eating frozen mysid shrimp, and that's the best way to go. The other probably factor to the pineapple fish is that they are night and nocturnal feeders. So in an aquarium, it's about having that dark space in your tank that you'll be sitting and feeding them in a darker area.
They sound like the sort of fish that you're best off devoting a tank to that species. And one of the reasons why they are popular and why people do keep them this way is because, of course, they have that bioluminescent patch on their cheek. So pretty cool looking fish. And down here you've got a little shark. What's this one?
I call it a pocket wobbegong.
A pocket wobbegong.
It can fit in your pocket and you can take it to work with you.
He's certainly a cute little guy. I think he looks awesome. It's funny because I've seen a lot of big sharks over the last few months here out the front in the big pond. So to see a little pocket wobbegong is pretty cool. And you've got the rays right next door.
Yeah, they're pocket rays as well, similar size to the wobbegong, but yeah, these are just fluoro. What do you call them? A blue spot.
Blue spot ray.
Yep.
And it does seem that blue spot rays vary a bit in the amount of blue on the spots. So these ones are particularly nice. They're certainly one of the better rays for most aquarium keepers, but you do need large tanks for them, of course.
Definitely long term. These are a good size now. You can put them in the tank and they'll grow relatively slowly, but yeah, definitely you've got to think about long term and whether these animals have to live long term.
Okay, well, now we've had a bit of a look at the fish, let's check out some of the corals. So here we are looking at one of the many coral troughs at Giardini Marine, and I just, Jason, I'd like to ask you about some of the corals that we're looking at, and you've actually just brought over, well, you tell me, it's a scully, isn't it?
Definitely a scully, and it's got two mouths, and it's a bit of a unique one, this one, I suppose.
So this is interesting. So it has two mouths. Is it in the process of splitting into two?
Definitely not right now. If it does, it's going to take quite some time to split into two, but...
It's got to a large size, and it's actually just formed a second mouth.
100%.
That's really quite incredible. And it's incredible how many beautiful scollies that there are here. And as we were talking about before, we're actually going to be bringing some of a selection of corals from Giardini Marine to reef stock.
Definitely.
So
Start picking.
that's really exciting. I wouldn't know where to start. There's just so many. I'll have to send Anya over. But there's so many scollies and they're all so beautiful. But I have to say, there's two other corals that have really caught my eye. And the first is this awesome hammer. We've just turned the flow off, so you know it's not moving a lot and it's really spread out. It's got this awesome polyp extension, but I love the fact that it's got these real coppery tips, and the mouth is quite a bright green with the striations.
Like a tiger green,
tiger
stripes.
Yeah, I mean you could also call it green and gold, Australian colours.
Yep.
But it's certainly a beautiful hammer. And a lot of the hammers we saw downstairs were just incredible, but this one really caught my eye. And there's a gonny that's caught my eye too. Do you know which one it is?
The one that's in your pocket?
Not in my pocket, there's a wobbegong in there. No, over here. I guess the reason why it really catches my eye is because it's such a large colony. I mean, typically in the store we just see tiny little colonies here and there, but that's sensational.
Definitely. It's also got a different colour eye to it as well. So.
Yeah, so it's got like a greeny sort of eye, the sort of coppery pink tentacles, but the stems, it's showing such great polyp extension, but you know, the stems of each tentacle are really bright pink. It's so nice. So let's go downstairs and have a bit of a walk through the rest of the coral troughs, and we'll show you what I think is probably the most interesting animal I've ever seen at a coral collector's. So I don't think I've ever seen so many amazing acans in the one place, and some of them are just so good. So you said that there's some rainbows. What's to go with this one, did you say?
Yeah, so this one here is definitely a rainbow. And what it's doing is over the next couple of weeks, it'll actually start getting a really fluoro yellow on the outside, so you can see that yellow starting to come through, opposed to a rainbow up here with a bit more orange to him.
So they change colour based on the light, do you think, or just being in the facility?
Just bring them back in the facility. They've got a nice constant light, constant feed, and just all the right conditions to grow and do well.
Wow, they're amazing. Let's check out the next pond. So check this out. We're looking at these huge trackies. They're all the size your hand or bigger, but there's one that has got so many colours in it. It is amazing. Look at that, wow. I mean, every single one of them is incredible, but that one is just something else. I like that one too. And even the green one, you know, we see them small all the time, but just at that size. Wow. So good, so unique. All right, what else have we got?
See it.
A trackie tank, apparently. There's red trackie. Oh my God, more scully. These are like, I thought the ones upstairs are good, but these are so bright. So which is the oh my goodness, look at that.
Big fluffy trackies there. Nice big pink one.
That is like the fluffiest trackie I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. So there's one over here, it's a red one with all its tentacles out, but it's like the brightest red around the outside. So good. All right, let's have a look at the next pond. So we can't see in here because of the flow. Oh, it's just been turned down. So by the looks of it, we've got more acans.
Acans, might be some Baobankies down there.
Anya's going to be all funny about me calling them acans, I have to say, but I'm going to do it anyway. So acans. And we've got hammers. I mentioned when we were upstairs that we saw heaps of good hammers, and there's just acres of oh my goodness, more trackies.
Frammers.
So we've got hammers, frammers, frog spawns, more war coral, but we're almost at the thing I really want to show you, the most unusual creature you'll ever see in a coral collector's. So these are probably my favorite thing that I look at when I'm here. These are pig-nosed turtles, and they are amazing. So they're a freshwater turtle, but they're actually, they look like a saltwater turtle, like a sea turtle. And they swim around, they've got flippers, rather than your normal turtle, freshwater turtles, claws and feet. And they've got this really cool pig nose, but they're pretty much entirely aquatic. They stay underwater, they hardly ever come out of the water, I think only just to breed, but they look like a marine sea turtle, and they're absolutely amazing. And check this out.
These are something that can fit in your pocket as well, little pocket turtles.
Baby pig-nosed turtle. These are the cutest thing I have ever seen. And you can see they've got the flippers. So they really are like a sea turtle. They're so cute.
You can feel the little fingers inside the flippers though too. So it's like a hand inside the flipper with the bones.
Absolutely amazing.
The bones coming through.
All right, well, I'll give you this one back.
Thank you.
All right, so I reckon we go out the front and we do a little sign off. So what fish you've got in here at the moment?
We've got some golden trevally in this tank. The trevally are about 25 centimetres up to 60 centimetres in size, and some white spot rabbit fish. There's a couple of larger ornate wobbegons as well.
And you've had some pretty cool things in here in the past. I think I remember seeing sharks last time I was here.
Yeah, definitely. In the last 4 weeks, we've had some Australian sharp-nosed sharks. We've had some black tip reef sharks, white tip reef sharks, and even leopard sharks in here.
What we'll have to do is we'll have to come back and check out this pond and the other ponds when you've got some of those cooler large animals for public aquariums. But thank you so much for having us today. It's been great checking out your facility.
No problem.
So that's it for today's episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. This is Jason. Happy reefing.
Happy reefing.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. This is Jason. Happy reefing.
Sounds great.
You gotta say happy reefing. That's it for this week's episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Don't forget to like and comment on all our videos and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned to Gallery Aquatica TV for more exciting episodes to come. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing!